Hello there. Today we're going to talk about what to buy and what to sell from Jump to Lightspeed. I'm going to give you just some of my first impressions of what I'm seeing in the set. And we'll start with some legendaries. Right now, Devastator is the most expensive card in the set. It's sitting around 22 bucks. I actually expect this to go down. It is probably the best card in the set, but it's also going to be one of the prizes for store showdowns, right? So if you win a store showdown, you'll get 4 of them. So if you don't like playing with foils or you really want to use Devastator in your deck, then you need to have it. Otherwise, it's a decent sell right now. Planetary Bombardment is the second most expensive at 20 bucks. I expect that to stay pretty consistent. I think that's a good price. It's pretty strong. Darth Vader and Han Solo come in next at around the $14 and $13 mark. Honestly, I expect both of them to drop a little bit. I think as folks find answers to pilots, we'll see that these decks struggle a little bit. It is worth noting that right now, the OP Han Solo is going for $50 to $60, right? So that is an amazing sell. If you pull that, that's the foil version. The regular version is still pretty high. So that's one that, there are certainly more on the market as more and more people play. So I would consider selling that if I pulled it early. Stolen AT Hauler is another one that I'd consider selling. It's a fairly strong card. For me, it's a little gimmicky. And what's interesting is that after that one, pretty much all the other legendaries are down around $5 or lower. Honestly, I don't think that many of the other legendaries are super playable. There's one that I'm intrigued by, and that's Scramble Fighters. And I don't think it's a particularly strong card, to be honest. But I really want to play it with the Invasion of Christophsis because, for 7 resources, you can create 7 fighters. And then on the next turn, you could exploit 4 of them to play the Invasion of Christophsis for 8 and be left with some TIE fighters and defeat everything your opponent has. So I just want to do that once. It's worth $6 to me to just have to pick up Scramble Fighters. I don't think it'll be particularly strong, but I don't know. I could see that card being a little stronger than some of the other legendaries that are only $2. On the rare side, right now, Luke is the most expensive rare by far. I think Luke's a good sell right now. I would expect that to come down. He is strong, but I actually think the Invisible Hand is one of the best rares in the set. And that's sitting only at $1.46. There are some pretty cool ways that you can use the Invisible Hand in Piet, in General Grievous, in a triple dark raid deck. So that's one I would probably pick up. I also wouldn't be shocked to see Black One and Ahsoka going up a little bit. I think both of those cards would be pretty useful. Sabine's Masterpiece, I think, is fun. I could see it coming down a little bit. In general, though, the rares in this set are pretty cheap. I also thought it'd be worth talking about showcases. Here you can see just a screenshot from TCG Player of a bunch of showcases that are, around the $40 to $80 mark. I mean, showcases are pretty cheap this set. The most expensive ones are up around 200. But I think that basically the Carbonite packs have kind of tanked the price of showcases a bit going forward. They're a lot more accessible, right? Before, if you wanted one, you had to open like $1,000 worth of packs to get one. Now, if you want one, you might only have to open $300 worth of packs to get one. So it's a whole lot easier to find them. And if you like playing with showcases, I I think it's a reasonable buy. Um, Honestly, I would expect them to keep dropping because it looks like there's still quite a few carbonite packs out there in the wild. All right, let's talk prestige cards. Uh, these prices that I'm showing here are all tier one prestiges. So they range all the way down to $2 for kind of the unplayable ones, all the way up to 26 for Devastator. Now it's worth noting that Devastator is double the next most expensive card, which is Sabine's Masterpiece at 13. So if you want to pick up a set of all 30 of these, it's really not going to be that expensive to do. Um, the tier one cards seem to be pretty accessible. If you want 3 of these to put in a deck because it's cool, it's really not all that expensive to get. The tier twos seem like they're going to be about 50% more than the tier ones. And then it's worth talking about Serialized for a minute. These are the tier 3 prestige cards. And the most expensive one that I've seen sell was an Annihilator that sold for over $1,000. It seems like the cheapest one that has sold still sold for $200. So if you pull a Serialized card, I mean, you've got some value there. To me, it seems like most are going in the $300 to $400 range. So some of the more premium ones, like Devastator, are sitting closer to the $600 to $800 mark. But you can pick these up for oftentimes between 300 and 500. I haven't seen many of the number 1 card or number 250 card go. So those will be an interesting one to keep an eye out on. But I'm glad that these are a little pricey and seem to be holding in value a little bit. I do expect them to drop a bit just because as more of them get opened, people will be, there'll be more competition. People will be tempted to lower the price to get them out of there. Okay, a few more. Right now, the booster cases and the booster boxes are fairly cheap. They're at $70 a box, give or take. I actually expect that to keep going down. And it's partially because the most expensive legendaries in the set are $20 a piece. And I expect one of the 2 of them to come down, right? And the next most expensive card is only $15. And again, I expect it to come down. So there's really not a whole lot of super chase, have to have it in every hero blue deck like a Luke in this set. That being said, the Carbonite packs seem to be holding their value pretty well. So that's cool to see that there is a bit of a collector's market. Not surprising for a Star Wars game. I also just wanted to mention the OP cards. So if you picked up the new Spotlight decks, great. If not, and you're not frequently getting OP cards, I think it's perfectly reasonable to spend a few bucks to pick up some of those Spotlight cards. Chewbacca specifically, I think is super, super strong. So right now he's only $1.46. In my mind, that's a pretty good buy. So I hope this is helpful. In general, I'm seeing that if you just want a normal playset of cards, it's still very affordable to play this game. And if you want to spend a ton of money on the super fancy cards to make your deck look awesome, then go for it. Take care.